what is the average number, the normal number, I should say, that you should watch porn in a week?
None.
Yeah, I mean, I literally have it as a none.
It's not. There's no positive to watching porn. There's no. Keem, what is one positive to watching porn? What do I gain in my life by watching porn? What is it a benefit to me?
A fucking nut.
That's a shitty gain.
Yeah, I don't have the free time to fucking watch.
That's a terrible gain. A dopamine for my dick? Who cares?
You don't even have a girlfriend. What?
Yeah, I'm
So,
addicted
Augie,
to the grind.
So Augie, you just literally never nut.
Never.
And
You're lying.
No, I believe that. Augie's like my brother. My brother's never nuts or whatever. Like, he never jacks off, never watched porn in his life, never did any of that shit.
I mean, honestly though, seriously though, Keemstar, what is the benefit other than just what, coming in your pants? Like, that's the benefit?
Try it.
What the fuck? You come in your pants? That's
No,
weird.
I'm saying, like, what do you get? What is the benefit? Okay, I come. Now what? What do I gain? How is my day improved by watching porn?
What do you mean it's a straight stress reliever?
Stress relief? There's so many better ways. I can go to the fucking, like, it's stress relief. That's such a shit gain. There's so many ways I could relieve stress that are better for my fucking mind.
Maybe I have, like, too much testosterone running through my fucking brain, but, like, me and my girl, like, we hook up multiple times every day, and I'll still watch some porn. Like, what the fuck? Are you guys serious or trolling me right now?
Bro, me and Muta are
I
disciplined.
mean, if I need to nut, I have my girlfriend for that.
I mean,
but other than
yeah,
that,
exactly.
like, you know,
I don't know.
It's if I jack, dude, I don't know, bro. I don't know. Just
or low T or something, bro. What?
How is it low T if I'm fucking not watching?
It's low T to not be a coon brain retard, really? I don't know.
No, that means okay, fine. Like, what if you don't watch?
Keemstar, you've known my.
Do you feel sad though?
Keemstar, you know my background. Don't I think you're surprised that this is like these are my views? I mean, come on now.
No, I'm actually shocked. I feel like you're lying.
You feel like I'm lying to you right now?
I feel like every man nuts at least once a day.
You're saying twice.
Augie, when's the
You're
last
saying bare
time you
minimum
nutted?
twice.
When's
I've
the
never.
I
last
feel
time
like
you nutted?
twice is normal.
Twice is
Augie.
normal. That's insane.
Yeah, but that like ruins sex for you though. At least it does. Like, if I'm nutting that many times, it doesn't make the whole process more fun when I'm actually having sex.
When's the last time you had sex, Augie?
Of course. Sex is obviously the best.
I've never had sex.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, you know, but Augie's waiting till he's married, so I can respect
Augie,
that.
I'm
are
a
you
religious man,
serious?
Keemstar. I'm very serious about that.
I'm being trolled. I'm being gaslit right now.
How do you not know this?
It makes sense because he's got religious. Like he's waiting. It's like my brother. He's waiting for marriage too.
I'm serious about my religion. That's not a joke to me.
Muta, is he serious?
No, seriously,
Why
he's
does
like
he
my
not?
Augie and like my brother. Like my brother does the same thing. He's waiting till marriage and all that shit too.
What religion are you, Augie?
Me, I'm Catholic. How do you not?
Catholic too.
Yeah.
You're waiting to have what? No, you're not. What the fuck is this?
Keemstar's like blown away right now.
He's more conservative, like obviously in his beliefs.
Wait, you think I'm a grifter? You think it's all a joke to me? I just come on stream and I'm like, fuck women, haha. It's all a meme. No, I'm serious, Keemstar. I'm a freak.
No, I can respect that. People, you know, like if you have principled beliefs and you stand by them, I can respect that. Like,
no, I mean seriously.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm troll.
How is Keemstar? You've never met somebody who's like religious before? Like this is a new concept to you? How's this never happened?
I've met people that are like religious and like they're a virgin and they're waiting for marriage. I've met people like that, but I grew up with people like that. But that's not like internet people. That's like the fucking
because the internet's fucking the internet's a degenerate, horrible place. I just like it because, I think it's all hilarious. I enjoy participating in it. Well, and watching it and laughing at it, not participating in it.
I'm so.
I think it just depends too on like the person. Like fucking, I'm not as conservative in my beliefs, obviously, as Augie would be in that. But like. There's a degree of like, you know.
I guess it makes sense. Like when you guys all go to VidCon, it's just a bunch of dudes in a room, like all sweaty.
Keem, I'm the only one that's religious.
What the fuck are you talking about,
now.
bro? I'm booking out mansions in VidCon and fucking chilling like right. What the fuck?
Your take that like there's no girls at VidCon, therefore it's cringe is so unironically gay. Like how can you need girls to have fun? No, you need the boys.
Yes.
No.
Oh, if you're in a party.
Okay,
setting,
I disagree. Like, if I book a mansion, I'm bringing boys and girls and like fucking
Exactly.
booze and.
Well,
like,
I'm saying
food
like,
and we're
okay,
partying.
yeah, sure, that's great,
let
but
me
I'm saying
respond.
you don't have, you need girls. You can't just have fun with the
yes,
boys.
let me respond. Okay. You guys went to VidCon, get an Airbnb, hang out there, drink, party with no women. That is
Exclude
cringe.
me from that. If you're dope, me and Augie spent a different because these guys had an Airbnb in Anaheim. I was out in West Hollywood, bro.
I'm excluding you. I'm excluding you. That is cringe. However, if you and the boys like went on a fucking ATV trip or something, or did some type of activity with just the boys, I get that. I understand that. That's bro moment stuff. But how the fuck are y'all having a party in an Airbnb? There's no bitches. Like, I don't get that. I don't get that.
I think when I'm doing like those parties, the only rule I have is everyone's got to be like 21 and up. I felt so bad because I think it was Turkey Tom and he was supposed to show up. I think maybe it was you too, Augie, as well too. And I literally told you guys, like, just straight up, I'm like, you guys are under 21. I cannot have you in my Airbnb.
Well, I got screwed over because I was literally like 2 days from turning fucking 21 because my birthday is on the 29th and VidCon is on the fucking 26th or whatever. So I got completely fucked just by timing.
I felt like I was the most like fucking annoying, douchey, stern dad when I did that. But I'm like,
no, I get it. I was not
an LAPD charge.
I was not mad. It's like, I'm not trying to get you banned from fucking Airbnb just so you can have us retards over. It's like there's no reason to do that. I don't know.
This may be a nuclear take, but Augie, I would have given you a non-alcoholic beer.
A non-alcoholic beer.
I was thinking of doing that. Like, I was thinking of just getting like Beck's, but I was like, man, anybody that would have, if I have actual booze in a place, kids are gonna drink anyways. Like,
bro, I had no problem getting access to alcohol. Even on the last VidCon. I mean, it's very fucking easy.
I had to like kick one person out. I had to like straight up remove because I think they were trying to bring cocaine, and I was like, ain't no one letting that shit happen. Like,
cocaine, Jesus.
Yeah, like somebody mentioned like they were bringing a bag in. I'm like, you are not.
Keem
allowed
starts
to
like,
come on
how do
any
you guys
premise
not
that I
party
have?"
with without cocaine or something? I'll bet Keem.
I mean, that black tar heroin, Molly. I mean, like,
listen, I think you can do. I think you can do so. You can do black tar shit with your homies. I just wouldn't like randomly invite somebody who brings a baggie of coke to the house. Like, I haven't even met you.
Dude, that reminds
Like,
me
if
when
you-
Ice Poseidon had these big streamer houses, and streamers get busted doing like drugs in them like all the fucking time. You have to like throw them out. It was just such a fucking shit show.
If I'm going to a party, I want some fucking crazy shit happening. I don't think you could do that by excluding women. Can't exclude women from a party.
That's true.
setting.
Women
You
are
can't.
crazy, so you gotta add them to the equation to spice it up a little bit, you know?
Yeah, it's not going to be fun.
I don't know, bro. With how fucking like autistic some of the YouTube community is, I don't think I want to have any intermingling because I don't want to be running a fucking party house where like some fucking chick gets like
I don't know.
abused
Of
by
all the
mistake
places to
by some fucking
like,
weirdo, you know? Like,
meet
I
or
don't even
hang
want
out.
that shit.
I don't know. It worked out really good for Sky Williams.
Bro, I'm gonna be honest, like, okay. Oh my god, dude. I'm gonna be honest, bro. Of all the places to like meet or hang out with a fucking girl, VidCon sounds like the worst. I mean, it just seems so, I don't know.
No, bro, I heard some fucking wild shit about last time. There was like this one girl
Also,
that,
everybody, no matter
got
what
a guy in
happens
debt
with
or
you
something.
and here's the other thing too. No matter what happens around you and women, people around you that are just like witnesses or like bystanders, they always lie about like what's really happening or whatever. They'll go on streams and internet and Twitter and they'll be like, oh, I saw them doing this at this party or whatever. It's like, that never happened. People just lie all the fucking time. YouTubers are fucking pieces of shit, so I would not want to.
No, bro, that's why if I'm ever doing a party house now with like YouTubers, I'm getting a full security camera system installed in the fucking house. So some fucking Google Doc shows up, I'm like, hold on a minute, we've got 4K, 120 frames of fucking facts rolling that whole night. Let's fucking review this shit.
And I'm gonna be like, yes, thank you, Muta, for my defense in the video proving that I did not rape this girl, but you did make a porn video with her and me without our consent.
Oh
hey, you gave me consent the moment you stepped foot onto my property.
Oh, is that even legal? Could you have people like spend the night at your house and have like cameras in their rooms where they're sleeping?
I mean, if I just like you know fucking tell you, I'm like, hey, everything on this premises is recorded. I guess. True. I think the only place you can't do it maybe is like a bathroom or some shit. I don't know, dude. If I'm ever running a YouTube party house, like it's gotta have like fucking everything on camera, dude.
I can just hear how like fried Keem's brain is right now at witnessing the conversation 10 minutes ago. He was just like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
Yeah, I'm literally confused because like entire like single life, like without my 13 years that I was with baby mama, right? Was like, dude, I'm going out and getting some bitches. Like that's like kind of like the purpose of life. You know what I mean? Like I'm kind of lost that you're still a virgin. You're joking,
Augie,
right?
How old are you again?
I'm 21.
Yeah, that's young though. Like fuck.
That's not young. He's a fucking
21?
full-grown adult. He can drink.
20. Yeah, finally. I mean, there's a big difference between being that like 28 and fucking, or something else.
I mean, if you're 18 and you're a virgin, okay, whatever. It sucks, right? That you're like probably the last person in school. But 21's like, that's not young for being a virgin. That is not young.
He starts like reevaluating how he like looks at me now. He's like, wait a minute, this guy is a fucking freak.
Yeah, that's weird.
21 I think is still pretty young.
That's so weird.
21 is like 20. Like I mean, it's.
Augie, have you ever had a girlfriend?
No.
Have you?
Hey, what? You've never had a girlfriend?
Yeah, no.
Not even like like in high school or like a passing.
Never, ever in my life.
What about a crush? What about a crush?
Never. I look at women with just disgust. I'm just like, ugh.
Now I feel like you're trolling.
Oh my god.
Trolling.
I'm just like, these people are just waste of time.
Are you gay?
Yes, I'm gay.
All right, well that makes sense. All right, that makes sense. All right.
I mean, like,
is
if you're
hilarious
just
to me.
fucking
This is-
focusing on your life and getting things ready
This
in order,
is
then,
genuinely like
probably
the
shouldn't do it.
funniest fucking conversation to me right now. I'm just like listening to Keem start trying to process.
I would, dude. The thing is, like, you
He's
got
like,
a
"What is-
whole ass lifetime.
what am
to
I
fool
dealing
around
with
and
here?
Get into a serious
are
relationship, and
Okay.
Yeah.
The people like my whole class, like in high school and whatever, right? There was like 300 people in my graduating
Well, you know why
class.
Keem start? I just
don't
realized.
Can I finish?
Yeah, go ahead, and then I'll.
I don't think a single person that walked across stage and graduated, right, was a virgin. Not one.
Yeah,
So it's weird to me. But go ahead.
but you know what? Catholics, like most and by most I mean like literally all Catholics do not actually care about any of the rules. So it's like everyone who's like Catholic is like, yeah, I'm Catholic or whatever, but it's like, are you following like literally any, like none of them care. None of them care. All of them get divorced or whatever. All of them remarry. All of them like are just completely fucked. All of them have like scandals and shit. Skeletons in their closet. Like there is like so much of that nowadays. It's like, yeah, it's like, sure, if you grew up around religious people, a lot of them are like even more like depraved than like, I don't know, other people. So there is a lot of that.
Were people
blame them for not getting involved in relationships, dude. Like, fucking just live your life, make your money right now, get your life together, and then
see, that's
fucking
the
ruin
thing
it
to
with
me.
the
It's like,
relationship.
I don't know. Like, I mean, if I am doing a little bit of trolling, but like, there is a little bit of me that's like, what is the point right now in my life? Like, right now in my life, my number one goal is like building myself up. And when you're in a relationship, that just you have to like pause everything in your life, because then your life just becomes, you're focused on your job and then your relationship, and you don't have
say
time
necessarily,
to, like,
but it does complicate things.
Yeah.
Oh, this is making sense. This is what Elon Musk was talking about. He was saying that the population's going to collapse because people aren't breeding. It's this weird younger generation. You guys are all
wait,
like
do you think I'm
virgins.
not gonna have kids? Wait, what? You think
Probably
wait
not.
a minute. You don't wait, what? Do you think my goal is to just sit here like a fucking retard on my computer and make videos my
Hey,
entire life?
you're gonna be 30 years old and you're still gonna be a virgin.
You think so? Why? If
You're
I haven't had my
21.
life, if I haven't had my life figured out by fucking 30, then that's a severe problem.
But
That's
you're
like
21. You're living during like peak horniness or whatever the fuck you want to call it.
I'm living
right?
during like the opportunity of my life where I have the opportunity to make the most money. So it's like, why would I not focus on that?
Cause pussy? Like what?
Yeah,
I'm
but
so
see, the
fucking
thing is,
confused.
like, okay, like, dude, tons of my friends in fucking high school who had that, like, let's fuck bitches mentality. Dude, they're, like, working in the shittiest sectors
exactly.
right now at fucking age 28, dude. Like, I don't know. Like,
I mean,
look
I
at
don't
that
know.
and I'm
To me, it's
man,
like,
if I-
what's the rush? It's like, who cares? Like, if I want pussy, I can get pussy at any fucking moment. In like, I'm a fucking YouTuber. I can get pussy in 2 seconds if I fucking want to. What's the fucking rush?
I'm just baffled. I'm just like, dude, it's not that I'm like bullying Augie chat. It's just
You
that
think
I'm
this
like,
is bullying to me? Like, I'm like, oh shit.
but chat is saying that. Chat is saying that. They're like, oh, Keem's being
Bro,
creepy.
I can
Stop
snap my
bullying him.
fingers and
Leave him
there's-
alone. I'm just like, no, I'm just confused. Like, I don't know any
Wait, why is that saying leave
like,
me alone when I'm the one who's actively like instigating this conversation? This is fascinating to me. I like this.
Like,
This is
I
funny.
think, okay, so somebody called, like, Augie an incel. Incel would be like, Augie, if you actively hated women and all that shit. Like, I think you troll them, but I don't think, like...
Let me be honest here.
It does!
It is impossible. If you're somebody who, like, wants pussy, but you can't get it, that's, like, impossible nowadays. With the internet, with, like, you know, it's just so fucking easy to, like, decode women and talk to them and just get pussy. Like, it is just unbelievably easy. So I don't really believe it's, like, possible. If you're, like, trying to get pussy but just failing over and over again, you're, like, a weird freak. You're like belong in an institution.
Did you lose your virginity?
Me? Oh,
At what age?
dude, 9 years old, bro. Uncle gave me a good time.
Good one.
No, serious. No, serious.
It's probably around like maybe 16 turning into 17 around that time.
That's pretty normal.
Yeah.
It was 13.
Was it by choice?
It was a spur of the moment thing.
Yeah.
I was hanging out with this girl that was going to meet her boyfriend. Boyfriend didn't show up, and got the boyfriend's prize. That's pretty much how it turned out. Girl was trying to teach me.
Yeah, 13's kind of young, bro. I feel like you got molested. What the fuck?
I did. I have no regret.
I feel like you got molested. Amazing. Someone in chat says Augie will get married at 30 and cheat. Based. But you know what? If that's my legacy, that sounds pretty fucking based.
Like, yeah, but I mean, like, there was a period of my life, like, fucking, yeah, just say like 2016, 2017, just like, no.
Wait, but hold on though. So Keem, you
like,
think that
afterwards.
you think that my whole like perspective on life is like I'm just never gonna talk to women my entire life and never gonna build a family? Like that's not a fucking goal at all.
Look, maybe that is your goal, but it's like it's so foreign and weird to me that at your age, 21, you're not out there actively like dating. That's just so strange to me. It's like this is the
Oh,
what's so funny?
Nothing.
You're trolling me, right?
Holy
You are
shit.
dating. You're trolling me.
He is.
You do have.
He is.
I'm
he
a
is.
fucking.
Okay.
This is so fucking hilarious. No, I'm not.
Okay, I knew it was a troll.
I'm not.
I called it out like a million times, Ricky. I knew it. He kept going with it like a Riri.
That is so, but it's so funny to me because you're just like, you're gonna be 30 and alone. I'm just like, that's the goal. That's what you think. I think perfect life is being 30 and like that's flamenco's life. I do not think that flamenco's life.
But you're literally lying to me, gassing me up, saying that you like you're not dating.
I'm not.
I'm not.
I'm genuinely. I am not. That is not. I'm not joking.
Ricky, what's the truth? I don't know this fucker.
Why would Ricky know anything about my personal life?
Ricky
I know
knows.
everything about you,
Yeah,
Augie. Everything,
Ricky, don't tell him.
everything.
Don't, Ricky, shut the fuck up.
Ricky,
Yo, Ricky,
what's the actual truth?
Ricky,
Tell
shut the
me.
fuck up. Yo, Ricky, come on, Ricky.
Dude, she's so pretty. She's
Yo,
so fucking pretty.
chill, dude. Jesus. Yo, you can't tell this motherfucker anything. Holy
Damn,
shit.
bro, you're like hooking up, dude? Shit. Okay.
Well, I
Ricky
know she
Berwick-
has to be like. I know your girl has to be short because you're like what
Good
5
one.
foot?
That is just hilarious.
Oh wait, are you just like okay, fine? Are you just not gonna tell anything?
There's so
because
many
it's
levels
public
of
and
just-
you don't want anything. Like,
There's so
is
many
that one
levels
the-
of just intellectual trolling here. I'm just fascinated in this conversation that Keemstar is just like, what? Like he's like, how could this exist? How could you not just want to fucking just coom everywhere and everyone constantly? It's like, I don't know.
Well,
bro.
I don't think he's saying be peak horny and like fuck everything under the sun.
That's
but
like
he
that's
expects
kind of
you
what
to,
he's
like,
saying. That's
play
actually
around.
what he's
Well,
saying.
He wants you to like be in a like you know, fool
Yeah.
around here and there, like
Well,
in
that's a different
moderation, I guess.
conversation, though.
Yeah.
If you have a girlfriend, don't be a scumbag out there cheating or whatever. I'm not suggesting that, but
You don't-
I mean,
wait, you're not-
You can if you want.
I like cheating. Cheating's based.
All I'm saying is like that's not what Augie is telling me. Augie's telling me that he's a fucking virgin, and obviously
I
I'm
am.
gonna lose my mind at that because he's
That's true.
21 years old. Like what?
This is hilarious.
Muta, think of when you're 21. What was your life
My life? Oof.
at 21?
That's a good
21,
question.
dude.
What were you doing at 21?
Working.
Yeah, exactly.
Sentences, yeah. That was my life. I mean,
I was smashing, bro. Like what?
smashed in my dude. Like I smashed at 21, but it wasn't like fucking every other day.
No more fake
grinding.
IDs. Like you have a real government ID. You can legally drink in the States. Dude, when I was 19, we used to go to Canada because you can drink at 19 over in Canada. So I hop across the border because like Buffalo and Canada is like right next to each other. So like I had 2 years of going to Canada every Wednesday, and I turned 21, fucking did that shit, or 3 years, however long it was. And it's like, this is the time where you just spend all your money on fucking bars and clubs and alcohol. That's the time span these times.
No, but see, I have a different way. Like at that point, I was saving my money up, and now I have like more money than I ever thought of having, so I can burn even more at better clubs and better shit like that. You know what I mean? Like fucking the scope has expanded even more than it once initially could have. I don't know. Maybe that's where like the career oriented shit comes out of. It's like if you get your life set there, then the rest of fucking life is easy street, or it should be in theory. If you're not fucking it up somehow.
You can do it that way, but I think nothing will ever replace that, like 21 to like, not even that, like 18 to 25. Like that span of my life was fucking awesome. It was so fucking insane and crazy.
Yeah, but isn't your life awesome now though too?
True, but like not like that, dude. That time frame is the greatest time frame of your life. You have full freedom. You're fucking technically an adult, especially when you hit 21.
Oh, I agree with that. But you have the freedom to, build yourself up into whatever the fuck you want to be. Not,
But those are not the years to just sit and do nothing. Those are the years to go out and socialize.
Well, those are the years to build yourself. I mean, including socializing. Don't get me wrong. But like, I don't think that should be your priority to just be like, I just want to, fucking kill my brain by doing a bunch of like, tasks that produce dopamine for me in an immediate moment that I'll never fucking think about or whatever. It's just like, I just do things that are fun in the moment because I'm young and I can fucking have a blast or whatever. It's like, yeah, sure. That could be a fun life use of that time period of my life. I just don't think that that's the best.
I feel like if I was drinking, doing shrooms, and fucking all day, every day when I was in my like early 20s.
Yeah, I'm not about that.
If that's all I did, I would have been paying for it really hard down the road.
I'm not about that life. I don't know. I don't.
But you have to just do both. You have to grind. Like, so I worked at the attorney's office outside of high school, right? But then I had also DJ on the weekends, right? Weddings. I'd get paid sometimes like $1,200 fucking dollars for DJing a wedding. All right. Every penny of that money that I made DJing, I blew on the fucking bar, and I have absolutely no regrets, right? So I have my normal job where I'd save money, pay my bills, car payment, insurance, all that dumb shit, right? Then I had this extra income that I could just fucking go nuts on, bro. Any chance I could go out, I'm going out, bro. That's the time to live. And someone in the chat said, well, Keemstar's going through a midlife crisis. If me, like, wanting to be like 25 forever is a midlife crisis, then yes. That is the fucking time, bro.
Bruh.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't really know if that's like a midlife crisis. I think it's just if you're set in your life.
Well, you
can
obviously
fucking do
very
whatever
much
you want.
enjoy life. I mean, you love life. Which
I want to
think is-
live forever.
I don't agree with living forever, but I think the mentality of loving life is based and severely, like most people, pretty much all people nowadays hate life. I love life though. I completely agree
bro.
with
Like
you.
every day is a new fucking day.
Genuinely, like out of all the people that I know, I am like the fucking happiest person that I know. Like I love life. Everything is very peaceful and happy to me. I have a great outlook on everything. But
Stephanie in chat said
Nobody
Keemstar
else
is
has
younger
that.
now than what he was in 2019, and that's true. Think about it. Towards the end of like DramaAlert, like 2019, like early 2020, bro, I was like, just all I was doing is my job, and like that's it. Like I was terminally online, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I wasn't really living life to the full extent that I normally would for the last I would say 2017 to 2019 was when I really just cracked down and made the bulk of my money and focused on drama and building that and whatnot. And it sucked. When I lost the weight, like in 2021, and me and baby mama separated or whatever, yeah, dude, I started like fucking living again and going back to who I was before YouTube, So yeah, you're right in a way.
I guess, but I mean, I don't mean to be rude, but like, look at like the result of that. You know what I mean? It's like now you're in a position where it's like you want to crack back into YouTube or whatever. You started the Keemstar show or whatever. But it's like if you had been grinding that out that whole fucking time or whatever, I don't know. I think it'd be a lot easier.
Yeah, you look at that from your position, all right? I look at that from my position of I've already made it. I'm already set. I'm already good. I should retire, but this is like a hobby, you know? Dude, if I really, really wanted to blow up that podcast and make it like wildly fucking successful, I'd line up guests. Like I'd have a new guest every fucking episode. You know, that's how you grow. You have to do massive collaborations. Put actual time and effort into my show, which I don't. Gino makes the docket and I read the docket and that's it. It's just like a hobby, like fun thing to do. You know, it's like
it's like a way to like break up in the monotony every day.
Yeah, exactly. Augie, do you really think that Keemstar, like at war with Scarce, like trying to build DramaAlert bigger than fucking Scarce's thing after I'm attacked by everyone? Do you think that that's in me right now when I'm doing my podcast?
No, it's not. And I think,
exactly.
yes, that's exactly what I'm saying, though. And I'm saying that's a result of you being less online and living your life, right? Which it comes with pros and cons. So the pros is you have a happier life. You obviously have a happier mentality right now. But the con of that is that, you know, you're the internet, you know, your businesses, the stuff that or not your businesses, but like, you know, the Keemstar show and stuff like that isn't as big as it could be if you were still in the YouTube, like, you know, let's fuck up Scarce mode this entire time. You know, you lost that by just, you know, being more of yourself and just hanging out in the real world, which is based, but it comes with consequences. That's what I'm saying.
But I'm not willing to grind anymore. I'm just not willing to do it because I don't want it. Now, if you were to ask me, do I want 1 million viewers tuning into my show? Absolutely, 100%. Right. But yeah, I'm obviously not willing to do the work. I'm not willing to do the grind for that anymore at all. I just want to do it because it's fun. I like fucking fans calling into the Discord and talking to them. Like that means a lot to me, especially now with DramaAlert on Snapchat. Like there's no reaction to my Snapchat videos. It's like I'm uploading videos to avoid. There's no comment section. There's no nothing. Dude, I'll tell people to tweet me like at the end of my Snapchat DramaAlert videos, and I'll have like 2 or 3 people actually tweet me on Twitter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's like the fucking video. I click on the shit. It's got 3 million views. All right. And 3 people out of 3 million views actually like tweet at me. It's like, I don't know. It's like
here's the thing is like the reality is like us as like commentary YouTubers, like we've all been so stuck on like chasing the dragon of 2016 because for us, like we all like grew up. You know, for like when I talk about this, I mean like me and like my friends on YouTube, like we grew up as like fucking, you know, teenagers in high school watching the Keemstar versus Leafy, the baited saga. We watched all that shit. And that was like the fucking coolest, funnest thing on the internet ever. And so now that we're YouTubers ourselves, like we're just stuck on like, fuck man, 2016 was cool. Wouldn't that be funny if it just happened again? But the reality is that it's not going to happen again. And I think that's just a result of a lot of the key players. It just, you know, a lot of them either don't exist or they lost the grind, or some of those people are still in the grind, but they're doing completely other fucking content. They've completely moved away from commentary and that style of content. And as a result, like the audience that watches this is like way smaller. Like back in the day, Leafy, you guys all had like millions of subs. Nowadays, like the biggest fucking commentary channels in this community, at least, are like who is it? Like, I don't know, like Nick, Diorio, Jaden or something. I don't know. It's just like a much smaller place now.
But Augie, look, you include it, but I definitely have the intelligence, the knowledge, the entertainment skill to go do Reddit story type videos or, you know, stories about true crime. I could do 1 million different things online and find wild success. But I won't grift from doing what I want to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I do the commentary podcast that's kind of like long form DramaAlert because that's what I want to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I can't having the knowledge to know this YouTube game like I do. All right. It's so easy to build wildly successful YouTube channels that work in the algorithm, that work with the robots that are everywhere. And I just don't want to do that. I don't have the motivation to do any of that shit. You know, I could take DramaAlert videos and translate them into Spanish or something. Like there's 1 million different fucking things you could do.
I mean, honestly, if you still had the grind
to make money,
you'd probably be making like Mr. Beast style content right now if you wanted to really blow up, I guess.
Yes, if I played the game, to make as much money as I possibly can on YouTube, all right, what I would have created was multiple fucking companies that produce YouTube content. A variety of things, like a recipe channel, a life hack channel, a true crime channel. You hire the narrators, you hire the content creators. I mean, there's so many different ways to fucking make money, and it's just it has to come from a place of passion.
Let's do it like how the Quartering does it, because he has like 300 like 40 videos a day or some shit, and it like
you got to go quartering mode on them. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just. This is a good conversation, though. And I mean, I think your perspective on YouTube is completely fair. I'm not trying to be like a fucking dick right now. I'm just kind of picking your brain, seeing what's you're motivated by, which it's respectable, man. I mean, yeah, it's harder to be. I will say this. It is a lot harder to get as invested into YouTube. You know what he did, right?
He broke out of the Matrix.
Yeah, Keffels wouldn't accept him in the Matrix, so he's out.
Honestly, in a way, yeah.
Keffels reached out, offered you a chance to submit, and unfortunately, you did not pass the test, Keem. I don't know if you knew that.
No,
but
I wouldn't sacrifice my kid.
Your child,
yeah. Man, that is so fucking tough to hear. Like, that's that one quote. It's still fucking with me. It's just
it sounded really weird, man.
How do you expect anybody to be on your side when your statements are that intense? You know.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's a lot.
There is something that I do get fulfillment from, though. Like I work with a lot of content creators, like big content creators, like helping and managing them and doing that stuff. Like I do that behind the scenes, and then of course I got the Happy Punch stuff, which I'm passionate about. That I do.
Oh yeah, I can tell you're definitely passionate about Happy Punch. That's definitely.
It's
obvious.
like don't really do anything that I don't have a passion for. Like the Fortress Craft shit, like I made no money doing that Fortress Friday, or what the fuck? Why am I saying Fortress Craft? I meant Friday Fortnite.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fortress Craft I did make money, but Friday Fortnite, I made almost no money, and I worked more hours on that than DramaAlert. It was like, to set up that tournament is like all day, every day you're talking to, because there would be like, I were to guess, like at least 20 people, no, I think even more than 20 different content creators that were in the event, and it was once a week, every Friday, right? During the course of the week, you have to organize teams, so you have to talk to all fucking 20 people, and they're changing their mind, and they don't know, and this and that, and then you got to find a replacement because they don't know any other YouTubers or content creators. Bro, it was so fucking mind-blowing, like, annoying the amount of work I put into that, and I never made $1. Why did I do it? It's fucking awesome. I had a bigger tournament than the fucking esports organizations, you know? I was better at them at putting that together than the pros, you know?
Oh, it's no, like, that was huge. I remember that. It was definitely like a big flex. Yeah, I always liked the Fortnite. Dude, I remember Aiden Projects competed in the first one.
I guess the point is that you got to do things that you fucking love.
Yeah.
You can't just fucking do hell shit for money. Or then it's just gonna go sour. You're not gonna know. You gotta love what you do. You have to.
Are you done with DramaAlert YouTube, like the YouTube page for it?
Well, I'm thinking about bringing it back, but it would only be long form content because that's the only thing that gets views. And I interview YouTubers. That would be the only content over there, is me interviewing people.
Interesting. Interviewing YouTube. So like what? Just like general interviews about like their life or their career?
Yeah, because if I do a 10-minute DramaAlert video that covers a bunch of different stories, by the time that comes out, a lot of those stories are dead, right? Because there's only like 1 or 2 stories a day if you're lucky. And you need 5 to successfully do like a full 10-minute video. Sometimes more, sometimes 7 stories, right? And then because the video is 10 minutes and only 10 minutes, my watch time is really, really low compared to everyone else who's uploading 30-minute videos and 20-minute videos, which is almost every YouTuber now. So nobody makes 10-minute videos anymore. So it's like I'm gonna lose like no matter what. Like what the fuck is the point? My channel is just gonna bleed subscribers. My views are gonna keep going down and down and down. The current environment that exists just doesn't work for fucking DramaAlert. It doesn't. Short form content has really killed DramaAlert the most because we're in an environment where there isn't any drama because everyone's a walking, talking commercial. They don't want to lose those brand deals. So no one's giving their real opinions. So the number of stories is low. And by the time I get all those...
call that flamenco guy like the R word. Come on now.
Yeah, cover Lodahar being ableist.
By the time I get all those stories together for a 10-minute video, the short form content has beat me by days. days. Dude, if anything happens, like if Hassan comes up and says the N-word or something, right? It'll be all over Twitter. People already know the story.
If Hassan said the N-word, that would be the greatest day of my life.
Will be all over TikTok. There'll be a million videos on TikTok because there's like literally thousands of DramaAlert clones on TikTok. It would be all over fucking YouTube Shorts. It would be everywhere. There'd be no point of watching the DramaAlert video.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I honestly, DramaAlert would have survived if you just turned it into a commentary channel, I think. If you see like the channels like Ludwig is doing, and even channels like, I mean, Muta or like Critical, for instance, people still care. But if you just go like, hey guys, let's talk about something interesting, people still like to watch that. It's just, I think if you turn DramaAlert more into like that type of shit, it would have survived. I think the news shit kind of died, but like just people still want to hear your take on shit, you know?
It's hard because like the reason why like Charlie's and Muta's videos I think do so well is because they're talking about one topic.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. You'd have to turn it into something like that. Yeah.
I'm not going to talk about one topic for fucking 10 minutes because I simplify everything. I don't care what the fucking story is. I simplify it to the point where you don't have to talk anymore. I try to like make you understand in the most simple way possible. That's not what these guys do. That's not what Muta does. That's not what Charlie does.
Damn.
It's like
I can talk about anything for like 3 hours. Even if it's like boring, I can still do it.
Hey man, my Logan Paul video is very simplified. It might be like 45 minutes long, but I thought I hit every note in a succinct way.
Yeah, you know, that's the other thing that kills DramaAlert is all the drama now is so complicated that you can't research it in like a day and like just come on air and talk about it. You have to like watch, you know, it's like scams, deceptions, all these, you know, people getting exposed daily and stuff, you know?
All right, well, let me do it right now for you, all right? I'm going to do the Logan Paul complete story DramaAlert version, all right? Watch how fast I get this done. Let's get right into the news. Guys, Logan Paul is screwed. No, he's in big time trouble. Okay, so CoffeeZilla put out this 3-part series talking about Logan Paul and his zoo token or whatever. Apparently, he was developing this game, convinced his fans you need to buy the game. The game never worked, all right? A lot of people are upset. Some people are scammed. One person put in $500,000 and is out all the money. So people are upset. Logan Paul has only talked to his fans in the Discord once over the last course of the year when everyone's trying to fucking figure this out. CoffeeZilla does a deep dive, finds out that Logan Paul's partners are criminals. That's right. He launched this business with criminals. So on the surface, it looks like a giant scam, and we're waiting for Logan Paul to respond. A lot of people are saying that they want to sue, and some people are suggesting criminal shit is going to come out against Logan Paul. We'll have to wait to find out. Also in the news, these TikTok stars broke up. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna do a deep dive because I don't think people.
Dude,
you know?
did was another reason why doing DramaAlert was getting difficult? Is it because like you would always run into people where people would always criticize you for being like too old to like cover certain stories? Like I remember like you would cover stories about TikTokers and then people would be like, why is this 40-year-old man talking about this, right? Like as if you're like a creep for covering that. Was that ever like an issue? Because I remember people used to do that a lot.
I think it's an issue because it's like it made me second guess myself. Like, should I not be covering this?
Yeah, you
like,
started like bringing guest hosts or guest hosts on or whatever because you were like, some of these stories, it's like too retarded for me to talk about this.
Dude, it was so weird because like the main story is like Charlie D'Amelio and her boyfriend are breaking up or some shit, right?
Yeah.
It's like that is the biggest story on the internet today. There's no story bigger than that, right? Nothing is bigger than that. And I have to cover it, all right? And then I cover it and you get these comments like, why is a 40-year-old man talking about this? It's like, this is the biggest story on the fucking internet. I have to, you know?
Yeah.
As weird as that may sound, like that is
I don't think it's weird
story.
to talk about that, but I get the optics of it, I guess. I don't know.
That's why I like covering computer malware stories and like stuff like that because it's, dude, the thing I hate about like a lot of the YouTube drama shit is like a lot of it is really, really depressing, like sexual assault stuff. Like just, I don't know, you want to stay far away from that kind of shit.
Well, a lot of
the truth.
A lot of the commentary is just like, it's, if you're associating with it, like you're just wasting your fucking time. It's just like you know, a stain on your career to associate it with it, you know?
Yeah.
Augie, Muta, here's kind of like the truth, and this is how I view it, right? So my YouTube career started, like, we were in the Federation of Asshole Gamers or whatever. I started doing the trolling videos. Like, there was a channel didn't exist like that when we started that in early 2009, actually late 2008, but I started in early 2009. There was no dedicated trolling on video games channel when we came out with our little group, right? And that created and inspired an entire genre on YouTube. When I created DramaAlert, there was nobody covering YouTubers. Like, and there was no news channel covering YouTubers. There was no one covering the shit that was being said on Twitter in video form back on YouTube. Like, that didn't exist. So I played a part in creating that whole genre in the space. I feel like I'm at a stage in my life where it's like there's something new that I'm gonna do, whether it's like Happy Punch or I don't know. Like, there's some new thing I'm gonna bring to this space. Like, I did it twice, you know? Like,
Yeah.
that's just the truth.
I don't know.
Just don't know what that is.
I don't know. For a while, like last year, like if you looked at like who the top rising streamers were, it unironically is like the red pill people. Like all those guys got a huge fucking surge in numbers, but then they all started getting banned. So that got wiped out pretty quickly.
But they're like rising in other places, right? Like Sneeko and like, yeah, Sneeko's doing pretty well on Rumble last I checked. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess like
Rumble's
10K
crushing.
Rumble is getting very interesting as a platform. They recently updated their user interface so it actually like looks like a modern website and not in something that's like a serious competitor to YouTube. I don't know if it actually is at that point yet, but there's a lot of people getting decent numbers on there, assuming the numbers are real and not fake.
I think the reason why someone would support Rumble and go to Rumble is, first of all, you have to have a very loyal fan base. Like, I could never put DramaAlert on Rumble. Like, no one's gonna go to fucking Rumble to look at YouTuber news. But if you have a loyal fan base, like Sneeko has, or like Steve will do it or whatever, yeah, they're gonna fucking go
that guy is also killing it. He put out a video the other day. It's got like 1 million views
on Rumble.
Yeah,
Nice.
no,
So
a
it's
lot
like-
of people are getting like really high numbers there for some reason.
Assuming it's all real, of course.
Yeah, it could all be manipulated.
Yeah.
I actually need advice from you. All right. So I think I have some type of offer. I don't know all the details. My manager like barely ran it by me. I have some type of offer to go over to Trainwreck's website that's like basically created by a gambling site or some shit. Am I going to be canceled if I go over there?
I mean, you shouldn't be. I mean, you're not really promoting the whole gambling, but yeah, I don't know. His site is because I haven't even heard anything about Kick lately. It's just it got a big boom when he mentioned it, and then it's just sort of there. How many people are just on there streaming?
I don't know. I'd go to Kick in a second though if the bag was big enough.
I mean, the bag is what, like 90%, like to you, like to the creator. That's pretty fucking good.
Oh,
but I don't
yeah,
know how sustainable it
I was
is.
talking about Kick to my chat the other day, but they were all shitting on it, saying it was like a scam or something. I don't know what that was based off of though.
I mean, it's not a scam if the site services like streams. You know, if it's
Well, they
like,
were
hey, this is a
mad.
live streaming site.
The reason why they were mad is because it was one of those like CS:GO gambling type situations where like owners of like Stake had like investments in it or they were like developing it, and Trainwreck's never like clarified that, so people started.
Well, yeah, that's really shitty. Obviously.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know. I thought they should just
But it's like if
they
they announce that like these are the investors, these are the owners, right? They didn't announce that these same people also own Stake. I mean, is that really that bad? Like, why would you want to go out of your way and be like, hey, just so you know, the gambling site owners are also supporting this? Like, why would you want to do that? That just seems like you're going to give a lot of bad press to your new site.
Because you have to be honest, I guess, and transparent about.
The thing about that is like
I don't know.
you also have to wonder how sustainable it is too, because it's like the thing with Stake is if it's 90 or 95%, whatever insane amount it is towards the creator, it's like how is the site going to actually make its money, right? But then you find out, oh, it's subsidized with like online offshore crypto gambling casino money, so that should have probably been more readily apparent. Like, I don't know, it's a weird situation. I personally don't know if Kick is like a bad service. It doesn't really seem like I have no like stake in the game.
I think the only way that a third party social media site can like come out and compete against all the other ones and actually be successful is if it's launched by Mr. Beast. If you think about it, that is the guy. That is the guy that could come out with
even
a
if
social media platform.
Even if Mr. Beast launches one, it still can't be successful. The problem with social media sites is that the overhead, like, they will always be monetary losses. They're all money pits, no matter what you do. Twitter right now, Elon Musk is like fucking trying to save that sinking ship. Like, he's pumping out Tesla stock to put into Twitter right now, which is just throwing, I guess, overvalued money for absolute dog shit money. Because at the end of the day, you're never, ever, like, you might break even, but you're never going to be a truly profitable business. Mr. Beast might get enough brands and people to jump onto a project, but at the end of the day, it will not make the money to truly be worth for the project. The only reason why YouTube is up or Twitch is up is because it's owned by Google or Amazon, and YouTube specifically is so valuable to Google, not because of the money it generates, but because of the AI data it generates for Google's big projects in the background. I mean, you got to think about it, right? What's more valuable, a billion, or like a few $1 billion a year, or like 80,000 hours of human data per day for their systems to train off of? That separates them from like all their competition. Same for like Amazon or Apple. Like, at this point, it's just like a fucking notch in their like other big projects at that point.
I think you make a great point, and I agree with you 100%, but that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if Mr. Beast launches a fucking website tomorrow, it's going to be wildly successful.
Yeah.
He can sell it, you know, whatever, for like $1 billion or 80% of the shares or whatever. It might be a money pit, but it's going to be a successful site, you know?
Yeah, it'll be a successful site. It's just, who's he going to sell it to that's going to take the project, you know? Is it going to be like Microsoft that picks up the bag, or some like Chinese like multinational that does it? It's, you know, it's really up to them. The point is just like, those sites really have to be designed to like gather the fuck out of user data, and you know. Yeah, exactly. Like, the sites have to be bought out by an organization, and then like, but even most of the social media sites nowadays, we're entering into a new world where like, even that is so highly regulated. Like, I don't know, I put out a video today. It was about the TikTok bannings that have been happening state-wise here. So like, TikTok is starting to being banned like for government systems and like universities and shit. And it's TikTok. Like, we're reaching a point where like, even these social media applications that are being bought out by the US, China, Russia, whatever countries, are like being segregated from the rest of the world, or like, it's such a fucking, I think in the next 5 years, and I hate to say it, I think the internet will be like, it won't be a free place anymore for anyone. Like, we're all going to be confined to our own national like internet pools, and that's pretty much going to be the end of that. Like, it's fucked up to say it that way, but I think that fun, free reign of the internet is finally fucking coming to a close.
I don't think so. I think there'll still be a way.
Muta's right. The internet's about to get completely fucking shit on, but it's probably going to be more for political reasons.
Let me say this much, right? Put out a tweet the other day. I noticed that like, if I'm looking for a video or I'm looking for information on a topic and I go to Google, I can't find it. I go to YouTube, it's really hard to find what I'm looking for, all right? But if I go to TikTok, I'll get the answer right away. Whatever I type in TikTok, as far as like TikTok search goes, whatever you're looking for, all right, you will find immediately. It's scary good. It's way better than Google searching. It's actual the TikTok search. And I tweeted that out and everyone was calling me a retard and whatnot, but it's like, it's the truth.
No, it's true. Like, TikTok algorithms are a little more insane in how they deliver the content that way. Somebody mentioned like there would be mass revolts from people if they tried to monitor the entire internet. That's true, but it's like, who's to say that same fucking revolt can't? No, but who's to say that same revolt can't be suppressed, right? Like, I mean, who's to say they can't just manipulate the algorithm, like what Keem is saying, and just prevent you from seeing the revolt, right? Like,
a revolt to like stop the internet from being censored, but unironically have that. I don't know.
Yeah, but guys, isn't that what the Twitter papers or files or whatever are for anyways? Like, we've already been censored. We're already being censored.
Yeah. Muta's just saying it's going to get like a lot worse where like the internet isn't like a free place where like websites like Kiwi Farms can actually get shut down. Not like, you know, just, oh, we can threaten their fucking, you know, protection service or whatever.
Well, I'm talking about a world where like they'll eventually need you to use like real identification to access parts of the internet at this point. Like, you've already seen what Louisiana's been doing with their people. Like, if you want to access porn in their state, you got to start putting a fucking government ID in, which I think is really fucking stupid, because
that's dangerous.
The moment you start mixing identification and personal sensitive data and like allowing access to certain parts of the internet, who's to say the government just can't turn around and say, hey, if you want to access Rumble or like this site that we deem a national security risk or some problematic site, you now need to put in your ID. So now people are being tracked literally ID-wise where they're going to on the internet. I don't know. We're entering a weird place, man. Like, I'm thinking conspiratorial, and I might be a fucking, like, nut job. Like, I might have the tinfoil hat on, but I don't like where the direction is we're headed to.
This is what they're going to do, all right? Yeah. This is my prediction for the future. We're going to take all the data that we're giving them. They're tracking us everywhere we go. They're getting every little bit of data they can fucking think of. What kind of fucking food you like, what kind of porn you like, every little fucking detail on you. And a lot of people think, like, surface level, 3 inches off the ground. Oh, they're getting this so they can better understand you and they can promote products and sell ads at you and everything else. I think it's bigger than that. I think once they get enough fucking data, they're going to put it in a fucking AI that's going to be the smartest thing on the fucking world, all right? And it's going to kill us all.
You literally just described the plot to Metal Gear Solid 2, by the way.
Nice.
That's what's going to happen. But that is what's going to happen. You know,
that's a plot to, like, the Metal Gear games?
Yeah.
So, like, in MGS2, like, Metal Gear Solid 2, this is back in 2001 PlayStation 2 era, okay? Like, this is how old this game is. Effectively, like, a bunch of, like, 5 artificial intelligences controlled all the flow of information, social media, the economy, war, everything into one go. So it basically dictated how every single aspect of the human race was going to evolve just by a set of computer algorithms. And by, like, the year 2014 and its, like, world, like, we literally, like, instead of big oil and big tech, the only economy was, like, big war. Literally had AI manipulating war and, like, proxy battles and shit, and, like, just to make money. Like, it was the most inhuman, fucked up AI controlled world imaginable.
That sounds like an amazing plot. It's too bad for me that I spam A and spam fucking triangle whenever a cutscene comes on. I don't know the story to any video game. I literally don't know the story to any video game. I swear to God, dude, if I can skip it, it's getting skipped. I don't care. I don't want to know the story. I want to play the game.
Yeah, caring about stories in games. I mean, I'm sure it's awesome.
I love stories.
I know you like that.
Games.
Yeah, I was saying, as soon as I said that, I was thinking, I'm like, I'll bet Muta disagrees with this. But for me, it's just like, I don't know. I'd rather, the time that I have to invest in games, I just invest in like long-term games like Civilization or whatever. I don't know.
I don't really like, I don't watch too many movies or television shows. Like, most of my thing is like, oh, I have an hour
I'd rather watch a movie if I
out.
want to watch something. Yeah.
If I have like an hour to kill before like bed, an hour or two, then I'll load up like a game and just go through. It's like reading a book or something. Like, I'll do a chapter or 2 each night and then be done.
No, that's fair. That's fair. I just prefer movies if I want to watch like a story.
I skim through shit so fast to just try to get the information and be done with the story that I catch myself, me and Brantley will go out to the movies and I'll be like wanting to like skip a part because I'm bored. Right, because there's some stupid like dialogue scene or whatever. Because that's what I do in the real world. Like, if I'll pay for a movie, like actually pay for a fucking brand new movie, $20 fucking Apple TV. If there's a boring part, I skip forward. But when they do the whole suspense thing, like, oh, will they catch the guy or not?
Yeah, that's what my mom does too.
Skip forward to find out if they catch the guy. Like, I'm not sitting here on the edge of my seat. Fuck off. Did he catch the guy or not? Like, I want to know the answer.
That's funny.
I don't know. It's frustrating for me, but I don't listen to any cutscenes. But to get back to my point, once they get all the fucking data, they're going to be able to predict the future. If you really think about it, if you have all the data in the world, then you should be able to predict basketball games, anything. And once they do that, they're going to be able to make all the fucking moves to completely control everything, and then we'll be enslaved.
Who's to say we're not already enslaved? Who's to say this never happened?
This is just a conversation we did last week. It's like, are we a slave?
I mean, I think we're all slaves of artificial intelligence and algorithms, personally.
Well, this technology has existed for quite some time. I mean, there's a company that predicted fucking 9/11, their AI technology.
Oh, I've never heard about that. What the fuck?
Look that up. This company, they basically had some type of software that like read the internet. They developed the softwares to better predict the stock market. This is like early. This is like 2001 we're talking. The system came back and said something is going to happen in New York City, terrorist attack, September. In September. That's what the software came back with. Augie,
all right, what do I search to find this?
Just type in YouTube, type in software predicts 9/11, something like that.
All right, I type this into YouTube or band.video? Anyway, there's no way YouTube's going to show me this. They're not going to want me to see this. Predicting September 11th.
Yeah, dude, Augie, you might as well just type in FBI. This is my address. Please.
Yeah, I mean, they're not. if this video is
That's
on
not a bad
YouTube,
search. That's not a bad search.
Okay, but YouTube's not gonna want me to watch this regardless.
Actually, let me look for it. I'll find it.
It's like looking for a needle in a haystack.
The thing
searching
about
for
this is like when you talk about government spying, it's really fucked up. Like I'm working on a video with regarding the FBI and like how the FBI breaks the law and how they did break the law, because it's kind of about like you've heard of like the FBI and like how they ran like child porn marketplaces on the dark web.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, so it's a lot of it is like how the FBI like runs a lot of these operations. And listen, I agree with the method of them trying to stop.
You are getting
by,
into
like,
a
amassing
dark
them.
topic there, man. Holy shit.
Well, I'm saying in a way like when the FBI
good,
runs
though.
these sting operations, right? Like it's ultimately like their heart is in the right place, right? Like stopping a large amount of criminals by amassing them in one place and just launching this honeypot attack. The problem is when you actually commit the crime that you set out to stop, right? Like at that point, it's like you are breaking the law by technicality, no matter what your intentions are. But then it became this video about like looking into the FBI's history of like breaking the law by surveilling on its user base, right? Because we like to say that we're the freest country in the world and we can actually have like our own opinions and thoughts and like, you know, our freedoms. But the FBI since like the 90s and early 80s has been launching so many projects. Like back in the day when emails were a thing, the FBI literally would plant Windows terminals inside like internet service providers so they can capture email packets, and they were just like checking these willy-nilly. This is an organization, and alongside the National Security Agency, who like at one point, did you ever hear about the Room 601A?
No.
Okay, so the National Security Agency literally had like secret rooms inside like AT&T centers, like deep within AT&T like headquarters, where they could literally like tap into the backbone of like AT&T traffic and like capture whatever information they wanted. And the only way they found out was because of some like one whistleblower that came out and leaked out this information to people. It was the most insane amounts of fucking shit. It was like the most insane level of like overreach spying that the government was doing on its people. If you're looking to make
a lot of videos on this topic, then you've reached like a never-ending content mine, because there's so much to talk about there.
Oh yeah.
But also,
chat, can I ask you for help to find this? I can't find this anywhere, but I know this is true. Like I literally saw it like on the fucking news. They interviewed the guy that owned the company, and he's like, "Yeah, our software is to predict stocks and, you know, trends in the economy and whatnot." And it was bringing us back that there would be a terrorist attack in September of 2001. I literally have seen this, and I can't find it anywhere on the internet. Sorry for derailing, but.
No, I mean, that's gonna be a hard video to find unless you know where to look for it.
The thing about like even that, if you just think about like September, or like if software was to say predicted, I mean, I haven't seen like this video is not available, but like really, if you think about all of the stuff that could have been predicted, it's like I don't know, it's not hard for me to think that there is an artificial intelligences out there now that can like predict these attacks through spying on us like crazy. Honestly, who knows, man? Maybe there have been 9/11s that have been stalked just by our privacy being so fucking invaded, if you think about it, right?
Oh, there has been.
Like how many attacks do you think they're stopping like a year just by like peeking in?
I gotta tell you this story that I have firsthand knowledge of. All right, this is crazy. I don't even know if I should say this. I'll probably get in trouble. All right, this is hearsay. I don't know if this is true. So after 9/11, there was a story about a bunch of like homegrown like Muslim terrorists in America that were planning another attack, and it was in Lackawanna, which is real close to me. Like it's less than an hour drive, like probably 30-minute drive for me. And so they arrested all of them. You know, these are like Muslim, these are Americans, right? But they're
Muslim extremists, yeah.
And they basically said that like, you know, after 9/11, they got together and they were planning another attack, and they arrested like 6 of them. They were called the Lackawanna 6, I believe. You could look this up and maybe find this article. So they arrest these guys, they give them long jail sentences, all this stuff, and they send them away. I started fucking around with a girl who is like the ex-boyfriend of one of them, and she's telling me all this. She's telling me all this shit. She's like, they're all criminals. They're drug dealers. They're not fucking terrorists. Not even fucking close. Like none of them are fucking terrorists. None of them are even really religious. Like none of them. They don't even fucking know who Osama bin Laden is. Like, bro, I'm telling you right now, the government framed these like drug dealers basically, right? And like these low like fucking criminals as terrorists for a another headline that the government was doing something.
Nothing that you say really surprised me. The government would not be above like framing or, you know. Listen, if you think about conspiracies, right? Like, I don't go into conspiracies unless I see the money, right? Think about like the whole war in Afghanistan and Iraq. Who were the most profiteering people during that time? Like, who's the one name that comes up to your head during that period?
Oh, Brittany Daniels, real quick. Stop DMing me all these 9/11 prediction videos. That has nothing to do with software and everything else. She's sending me Nostradamus predictions and shit. Like, bro, what are you talking about? That's not what I'm looking for. Stop.
Yeah. Like, if you look at conspiracies, right? Like, I think the most valid conspiracy is the one where you see who has what to gain, right? Like, during the whole war in Afghanistan, Iraq, and like during this whole period of like insane, like, you know, where the world was effectively on edge. Like, most people don't remember it, but when I was a kid, after 9/11, if you were a Muslim growing up in the country, you were always looked at weirdly, right? Like, this was a period like that early 2000s where it was like, hey, you know, there could be like a new attack every other week. Throughout all this pandemonium, the people that profited the most was like the American defense companies like Raytheon, Lockheed Martin, all these people. And it was all just like, if you followed the money, it's like this whole panic was created by government agencies, alphabet agencies, and these companies, just so they could make billions of fucking dollars and like fucking control the world effectively and like make this new business a thing. So I don't know, it's super weird when I look at these conspiracy theories, and it's like, if I can see the money, it's not really a conspiracy at that point. It's like, this is happening just so like a few people can profiteer.
Don't you wish like CoffeeZilla would make the same style video he made on Logan Paul?
He would get killed. No joke.
Like,
he would get killed.
Like on a topic of 9/11 and track the money. Like, who profited? Where the money
CoffeeZilla
go?
did
Like,
executed. He would be. Like,
the thing is, he would actually get killed. No joke. Like this, he would.
I'm not joking. No,
he would get. No joke. He would get killed.
Hey, people come out and talk shit about that all the time. That the defense.
People talk shit about it all the time.
You just did it right now. You're not gonna get killed.
Okay, but if no, I'm talking right now. But I'm going really surface level. If I started like looking up receipts I would be killed before I could even bring that information to light of day. Think about all
Alex Jones didn't get killed. He went.
Yeah, but Alex
Buddha
Jones
was sent to a hospital and forcibly drugged, just like Kanye. All right, if you
think about it like this, like think about it just really quickly. The people that talk about this in the most unhinged ways are allowed to speak because they just come across unhinged. So people look at him as like, this guy doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. Imagine all of a sudden you started bringing up actual receipts, like proper verifiable evidence that could like fucking put these companies under the biggest microscope in the world. Do you think they don't have people that would like be sent out just to put you 6 feet under before that came to the light of day? Like, when billions of dollars are traded like this and fucking companies are like in the defense game, you're getting wiped the moment you bring up anything like out there. It's not like, there's a difference between red pilling the community with like some fucking unhinged shit, and then there's a difference between red pilling them with undeniable fact. That fact can never come to the light of the day, dude. You'll be killed. Like, there's no fucking chance, dude.
I don't think so. The Matrix will not take me. It is true. They did bad things.
Like, it's not that we just let it happen.
You should just turn DramaAlert into a conspiracy channel game.
It's not that we just let it happen. It's just, I'm telling you the straight up truth. Like, if one person goes up against them, you are risking your life. Like, that's not a fucking like tinfoil hat thing.
I actually do agree with you. There's so many stories of like, remember that one reporter that was like trying to expose the Iraq war or whatever, and all of a sudden his car somehow sped up to like 90 miles an hour and drove right into a telephone pole, which made no sense. Do you remember that story?
No, I hear about like shit like that all the time, for sure. It's too coincidental to be faked.
Wish I had more details on that. Joe Rogan has talked about that multiple times, and Joe Rogan's still alive. So yeah, there is a story, and I remember this.
Tweet me that video if you guys have it as well, the 9/11 video.
I don't think anyone's been able to find it because the shit that's being sent to me is like Nostradamus predictions, which is clearly not what I'm looking for. Yeah, there was this reporter that was uncovering something about the government, and his car mysteriously sped up to like crazy miles per hour on a street that was like 30 miles per hour. Went directly into a fucking telephone pole.
By the way,
dude, when you put yourself up against people with that much power, like we're talking about billionaires that will never be recognized on Forbes, people in such a deep embedded like scary world like defense, you are risking your life like 100%. Like that, like if you're a reporter that deep into the game, you're putting like it's one thing if you fucking like expose Logan Paul. Logan Paul isn't gonna do shit. It's another thing if you expose like the fucking CEO of like Lockheed Martin or like their fucking board like that, Like imagine if you exposed a serious war crime that the United States could actually be fucking thrown under the bus.
No, you'd be fucking guilty. I mean, no, they have complete control over you.
Yeah.
Speaking
the
of
CIA would fucking kill you. Go ahead.
Bro. Speaking of the fucking government or whatever, I don't know if you guys saw this. This could be interpreted like a billion different ways or whatever, but fucking Baked Alaska, because he's back on Twitter or wherever, right? He tweeted emails of allegedly somebody from the FBI like contacting him to like meet up or whatever a day before January 6th took place. And he just fucking posted. Yeah. He just fucking posted it just on Twitter.
Yeah, but isn't that the biggest own for Baked Alaska? Baked Alaska didn't need to be tricked into fucking going into the Capitol and going into Pelosi's office. He did it on his own free will.
Well, I mean, this could be interpreted in like a billion different ways, like pro or against Baked Alaska. I just think just the tweet in and of itself is just very interesting and also like fucking freaky because it's like, why would the FBI contact random fucking streamers? Assuming this is real.
I want to say one thing before like it gets derailed is like I always notice anytime like these conspiracies come out, like chat or like people sometimes bring up like an anti-Semitic thing. I really don't want people to like jump into that fucking stupid shit like where it's like, oh, guess who did this conspiracy? I'm talking about like you can be of any. I'm talking about people who like the people that have power and money like that. They come from all backgrounds.
Well,
okay?
look,
like,
there's nothing anti-Semitic about saying like why the fuck is FBI contacting streamers? Like, I want to know the answer to that. Like, why are they contacting?
But I'm just saying, like, if you're working
6?
in the defense game, people always line up to like these old like. I'm just saying, like, people like it's the money, and money can be from any background. Okay, you could literally like you could have any religious or like cultural background as long as you have that much money. You all are in a different like pool. Like money and like class is what separates. I don't
think the FBI is doing anything fucking wrong by infiltrating Proud Boys and shit like that. You know what I mean?
That's insane.
I don't think they're.
Well, dude, the FBI
I don't
like
think they're doing anything wrong because
if you look up the Church Commission, right? Like the FBI, like way back in the fucking 60s and 70s, right? Like they were keeping tabs on MLK, Malcolm X, and like the Alabama like KKK leaders. So yeah, if you ask me, I don't think they're doing anything wrong by infiltrating like the Proud Boys or really any organization. It's kind of literally them doing their like job in a way, right?
Job,
like
I don't like that.
Augie. No American on surface level is gonna like the FBI. Infiltrating.
Well, I don't trust them. I'm not on their side.
Exactly.
Like, I do not have the same interests as the FBI, so I don't like that.
But the FBI's job is to protect us, right? And you got a lot of these fucking
not what
idiots.
they do, though.
What do you mean? Do you really believe the FBI doesn't protect you?
I mean, I'm sure they do like some things that protect, but that's not their primary job. No, I do not believe that.
I think, they've done some like potentially bad stuff and wrong stuff. I mean, look at the shit that's happening on Twitter, right? Of course, like I think the FBI can be criticized, right? But to say that the FBI doesn't do anything for you,
but I don't know.
I don't. The FBI doesn't.
The government is not on our side. Like that's just I don't know.
They are. Okay, in some sense.
Well, okay, no. So this is where I kind of really do disagree. Like the government is made up of the people, right? Like at the end of the day, you're gonna have bad people in the government. You're gonna have good people in the government. As long as your government has the checks and balances, which
is what I'm saying.
I do believe the government does. You should be fine. Look. The FBI will infiltrate anything. Like you might look at it as the FBI is like infiltrating the Proud Boys, but they're also infiltrating just as many like leftist organizations too. It's their job to keep a tab on everyone in the country. I do firmly believe it is equal. I have to believe it's equal for an organization as large as the Federal Bureau.
Yeah, you can sit there and spam that like Keemstar's a fucking op and Keemstar's this and all that, but like, do you know how fucking crazy a statement is of someone saying the FBI doesn't keep me safe? The intelligent community in America doesn't keep us safe. Do you know how fucking wildly insane that is? That is just fucking insane. I mean, they do. If we didn't have the intelligent community or whatnot, there would be more terrorist attacks. There would be bad stuff happen to us. Maybe we get invaded by a country. Like, what are you talking about? Like, our military, our intelligence, like our government, right, keeps us safe. It helps us prosper. We're able to have this economy and have these opportunities and have a better lifestyle.
In a perfect world, yes, but that's just not reality at all.
No, point blank, period. If they're gone tomorrow, we're gonna live in a fucking shithole. That our country goes out and like patrols the entire fucking ocean around the globe. So
if they're gone or whatever, we'll get fucking invaded or whatever. But it's like that doesn't mean that we need them to exist at the same time. That's not.
Oh my god, it's like so like.
But here's the thing: for a country as large as the United States and as technologically advanced, and with so much on the line, like you need to have some like federal agent. You need to have the federal agencies
but it's
in order
corrupt.
to maintain,
the one that exists currently is corrupt. You need leadership, but
there's corruption everywhere. There's bad people everywhere.
Yeah.
There's bad decisions everywhere, right? And the FBI and the intelligence community should be criticized when they do something bad or whatever. But to say that they're not protecting us, all right, as Americans,
even if the FBI has corruption,
but that's not what I'm saying though.
If the FBI is a corrupt agency, you're saying the FBI is a corrupt agency, and you know what? There are degrees of corruption in the FBI, the DEA, the NSA, every organization out there. The one thing that separates the United States the most from every other country in the world is the FBI is not the sole federal agency of the United States. It is being checked and balanced by all the other federal agencies, and it's and it goes back to the conspiracy. It's the one thing that always like fucking everyone is after. It's the money, right? If the FBI was a hella corrupt organization, you think the other federal agencies wouldn't be fucking going up to the government like the fucking down in DC and fucking exposing that so they can get more of the pie and basically fucking show what the FBI is truly all about? There is corruption no matter what, but at the end of the day, each organization knows that they have to keep themselves in the benefit of the American people, otherwise they lose their
The American people are fucking soy, dude. They don't give a fuck. They can get fucked in the ass and they're not going to do anything about it. They're not going to fucking rise up or care. I mean, their values just get fucking trampled on all over the place, and like the media and propaganda they consume day to day, fucking TikTok just teaches them that it's all okay and they should accept it. So the American people are very easily fucking told a pretty tale to fucking quiet them down. So no, I don't think.
What you said right there, you said not gonna rise up, all right?
No, not today.
But you said that, right? A lot of people in your chat will say shit like that. Like, we need to rise up. We need to fight against that. When people are saying that shit online, all right, the FBI is like, oh, okay. Well, we have to go investigate this. We have to infiltrate these group of people. We need to make sure no one's going to do any fucking crazy, wild fucking shit. You know what I mean? They have to. That's part of protecting us.
Yeah, like what if there's a one person that like says they're going to rise up and the FBI has to investigate? What if that person's like fucking plotting something that can cause actual harm to people in the country, right? Like fucking to the infrastructure, like any group.
Let's talk about something that's happening now. Dude, all around the country over the last couple of years, our fucking electric grids are being fucking shot up, blown up, fucking they're getting attacked all over the place and no one
Colonial
knows.
Pipeline cyber attack, the fucking power grids being attacked. Yeah, I mean we're dealing with like an era of cyber attacking.
Well, this paradigm, hold on.
Okay, power grid is being fucked up all around the fucking continental United States in multiple different fucking cities. There's so many stories of it nonstop. Just New Year's there was a big one where they fucking like 30,000 people were out of fucking power because someone went over to the little local fucking power substation and started shooting a fucking AK at it and fucking blowing the goddamn thing up.
All right.
And this,
I gotta respond at some point.
okay, my point is this, right? We need the FBI, we need the intelligence company to figure out who the fuck is doing this.
Yeah, sure. Here's what the problem is with this conversation, though, right? Is that you're sitting here saying, "Oh, well, they have to fucking protect us or whatever, or they have protected us, or they do protect us, so therefore they are good," right? And I'm saying no, just because I mean, yeah, it is in their best interest to protect us from like foreign invasion stuff like that, but directly like fucking influencing the masses. What you're saying, the government has no fucking incentive to do that. Like it's just ridiculous that they would want to give us a raw deal or manipulate us or fuck us over consistently or keep us, divided and easily controllable, feed us fucking bullshit, fucking propaganda every day that teaches us to abandon the values that make us fucking strong.
Well, I mean, there's also a lot of rich people that are doing that and influencing our politics.
I mean, but then you got to play devil's advocate. Okay, fine. Put yourself in the shoes of like the FBI deep like agency. All right, at this point, why are you trying to weaken the American people? What is it about? What is the end goal of you, the FBI? Control, right? Control for what? Are you directly controlling them as the FBI, or are you prepping it for somebody else? Like, what are you doing?
It's weakening them so they won't rise up against your regime.
So the FBI is directly running the regime.
Yeah. I mean, look, so I'm just arguing for the... obviously, we're getting totally schizo fucking hours right now. Like, this is just a totally free-form conversation. But I'm just saying, like, in the hypothetical, it's like, you guys seem to be dismissive of the fact that, like...
I'm not dismissive. I'm just saying, if the FBI is running it, wouldn't another agency be inclined to call out the FBI for doing that? Wouldn't the DEA be incentivized for, or the NSA, or the Central Intelligence Agency, or the DIA, or, like, the other 17 agencies that exist in the U.S.? Why is the FBI the only one that gets the fucking, party time?
I don't think they're the only
control.
I don't think they're the only like agency from the government that is under heavy scrutiny by the American public, and I think there's a lot, but I don't know. I'm also not. But obviously, I'm not.
Let's say there's
Look, I'm not going to say
17 feds, right? Like, let's say there's 17 fucking federal agencies that all want to have control. Don't you think it's all counterintuitive that they all try to like achieve the same level of control? I don't think anybody is able to control the American people when you got 17 fucking feds going up against each other trying to run this like operation. Nobody can win in a competitive sphere like that is all.
Well, I don't think they're all necessarily against each other, but at the same time, I also admit it sounds really fucking schizo to say that. That's the thing is like, look, I'm very distrusting of the government, but I'm also like not like the most educated, like where I like study this shit all the day. I just pay attention to the fucking news, and I mean, it's just given me an overall just insane distrust for the systems in place, and I think it makes sense
that may be the news media that does it, because no matter how you consume news, whether it be left or right,
everything that's promoted is like directly against like my values, So it seems like reasonable that they would not want us to be awake to their fucking bullshit. And it seems like it would also make sense for them to incentivize certain lifestyle choices that make people more docile and less likely to notice things.
Do you believe it's just
the FBI played a part in putting that like fake fucking Trump-Russian collusion story out there, right? And like some of those FBI people like got fired. They got kicked from the fucking FBI for that dumb shit.
Do you also believe, like, as like in your beliefs, do you also believe there's a chance that the Federal Bureau is comprised of agents that come from all backgrounds in the country that just want to safeguard the nation from like any foreign attack?
That's beyond any foreign threat. That's beyond anything that I've fucking gone into or whatever. Like I said, I'm not. Look, people in chat always say I'm a fucking conspiracy nut or whatever. Reality is, I barely pay attention to that shit. I'm just like vaguely familiar about that shit because I pay attention to a lot of political communities. But I mean, I don't know.
I think that's a bit of a problem too, because it's like we consume this like political content, and it's just like a lot of it is coming from a place of like severe. I want to say it's just coming from a place of severe pessimism, right? Like sometimes there is just a possibility that like it is as simple as like, hey, there are some, like, don't get me wrong, the FBI has corruption to it 100%. It's been documented, but the thing is, it has been documented, right? Like we've looked at it in the church committee, we've seen it from time and time again that like, hey, when the FBI has corruption, the American public or the American senators, they're not afraid to call it out, like they're not afraid. Like, isn't it beneficial that we have things like the Twitter files, for instance, right, where we can actually see things that the FBI is doing versus existing in a country?
I'm all for it. Expose everything.
Like, we could live in a part of the world where like that never gets exposed. Like you could be living in China where they don't have the ability to get like pristine, clear access like that. I think it's great to live in a place where the FBI can be called out. Like this stream can actually exist, and we can see Twitter files and things like that, where you can criticize.
I don't think the Twitter files is anywhere close to like. It's like a tiny fraction of a tiny part of the bigger picture, right? I don't think that's like
No,
agree.
I don't think that's where it starts, or I don't think that's where it ends. Rather, you know what I mean? Like I just like there's just so much fucking more to the corruption that's we're lied about too constantly. I don't know. I mean, I'm just of the mindset that
I agree, but like you got to understand that all governments, their objective is to remain in power, right? So they're gonna do shit like that to make sure that they're in power. Like they're going to do shit like that to their citizens.
I think we're also at a point where the U.S. government is not really scared of the people rising up in revolt anymore. Because if you think about it right now, right, like people who are like, I'm just gonna pick up my fucking AR-15 or like AK-47 and fucking go up against the government. I'm like, you'll be shut down within like an hour or two.
Well, yeah, that's literally what I just argued like 10 minutes ago. That's what I'm saying. It's like the people are so like weak right now, weak-minded when it comes to the possibility. I mean, people, talk about Jan 6 all the time like it was like the worst event ever. I mean, Jan 6 is a joke. It's closer to a joke than it is to like an actual insurrection. I mean, if the people wanted to do an insurrection, they would have fucking stormed it with guns, but that didn't really happen. So I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, honestly, the government response to January 6th, if it was truly a threat, they would have fucking clamped down with the guard, like rifles in hand, and started fucking opening fire if they truly felt threatened, if you will.
Yeah.
You absolutely have to agree that the fucking media and the Democrats have really, really hyped up Jan 6 like it was like some horrible, like over the top.
I mean, you can't even blame those. You can't blame one party, dude. It would have been happened vice versa the other way around. That's why I don't even want to get into the whole political party shit because I feel like they're all both sides of the same coin, man. Like fucking, it's funny. Like people like, I don't know. I don't even want to fucking dive too deep into it. It's a fucking hell pit. But I do, I agree. I think maybe it's a little bit overblown.
I mean, the government has to do something. You can't have people storming in like the Capitol like that. I mean, they have to do something. There was that one girl, I forget her name, but she got shot doing this. Like she was killed during Jan 6. Yeah. And people were like, oh, she's like a martyr. I'm like, she's a fucking dumbass who decided to go up against the Secret Service and get a bullet to the fucking head personally. Like, if you ask me, I mean, what did you expect? Play stupid games, win stupid prizes, right? Like, at the end of the day, Capitol Police and the fucking, federal police are going to be doing what they can to safeguard the continuity of the country.
I mean, yeah, you risk your life doing it, and maybe you could say it's kind of dumb to, go in there or whatever, but at the same time, I wouldn't, like, celebrate that.
Well, not just that.
No, I don't think celebrating somebody's death is fucking ideal. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, what did this person expect, right? Like...
Yeah.
What about the guard that shot her, right? So think about it. He's having a normal day at work. All of a sudden, these people are breaking in. It's literally his job to stop them. He's like literally been trained. Somebody tries to break in here, you shoot them. Like that is his training, right? And now he has to shoot a random person because they're breaking in. Like, I don't know. It's just a shitty situation all around.
It is a horrible situation to fucking be in. Obviously, nobody wants to shoot one of their own countrymen like that. But it's just, what option did, she give him, right? Like, you can say back off a million times. Eventually, you're gonna have to. It's like the same thing with like a cop, right? Like, people always like to play the fucking like hindsight game afterwards, but in the moment, it's like if your life is being threatened, or like as a cop, like if some like other like suspect has a gun trained on you, bro, it's either you or them, right? Like, you're gonna have to make that decision and then live with the consequences afterwards, right? Like, or live with the guilt and fucking PTSD down the road, anyways. I mean, that unfortunately comes with the territory. People like to fucking pretend they know exactly what they would do in the situation, but in reality, nobody knows what the fuck they would properly do. Would Muta have that take if Ashley was black? See, this is the fucking thing that I hate about people. Like, you guys bring race into everything, and I fucking hate that. No, I would not I would have the same take regardless of whatever the fuck racial background this person would have. This is why the fucking world is so divided. You bring race when race didn't even fucking matter, dumbass.
You're only like, saying that because she's You're only saying that because she's a biological female.
Dude, I hate it when people fucking just bring race in for no reason. Like, dude, race doesn't fucking matter in this situation, okay? Like, if you're playing stupid games, guess what, motherfucker? You win stupid prizes regardless of your background, okay? What the fuck?
Muta, we live in a racial world. Everything is about race. What do you mean?
It's even funnier because Muta's a person of color.
Yeah. It is funny.
Let me tell you about being a person of color. If a fucking cop pulls me over, like on the road, like I get pulled over on the side, I'm just gonna comply, bro. Like, I'm gonna fucking have my hands on my wheel. I'm gonna look. I'm gonna comply, and I'm not gonna get fucking shot down. That's it.
Dude,
that's what I'm gonna do.
Me too. Why is everyone online acting like when white people get pulled over, they're just doing whatever the fuck? Like, no, I'm not, dude. When I get pulled over, my hands are on the wheel. I comply with every fucking thing they say. I'm not getting shot.
I'm not giving the cop any reason to do fucking anything on me. I'm gonna put my hands. I'm gonna comply, and if the cop does something fucking wrong, then that's what lawyers are for, and that's what the fucking legal system is for. Okay, like you're gonna go down that way. I'm not gonna give any cop the reason to fucking do me in like that.
If you have cop interaction and you're giving a cop a hard time, like you're an idiot.
Yeah, no, I would not.
What are you laughing at? Cop interaction?
No, I'm just laughing that Dumpy's been here for like 3 minutes.
Oh.